Hello everyone, my name is Strange Templar and welcome to Nemoria. I am so excited to be finally doing this series. It's a series that I've been wanting to do for a while and been thinking about, and now finally the time has come to start this series. This game is a kingdom or city building game, much like Dwarf Fortress, if you have ever heard of that game. However, this has a lot more graphics, and I would kind of consider this a Dwarf Fortress Lite, which is not to say anything bad about Nemoria, considering Dwarf Fortress is a game that has been in constant development and evolution for the last 10 or so years, whereas this game is still relatively new and isn't even in full release. It is available on Steam and through the Nemoria website, and I highly recommend it. But let's go ahead and jump into it. We're going to hit new game, we're going to go advanced setup, and we're going to go with a little bit of a custom world. We're going to go slightly taller, slightly bumpy. This adds a lot more hills to the world, and wider hills will make for slightly larger land masses and whatnot. Instead, if you do narrow hills, you get a lot of weird canyons and such like that. But we need to come up with a kingdom name, and I do not think the Pulpy Kingdom is all that regal of a name. So let's go ahead and randomize here. The Syrupy Kingdom. Sounds sticky. The Land of Stenches. Yeah, no. The Blaze Kingdom. The Land of Races. That would be great if you could have different races, but this is a kingdom solely of gnomes. So no, the lived land. The Peaceful Darkness. Ooh. I like that. The Peaceful Darkness. Let's see. The Serpent Kingdom. Cudgel Deer. Cudgel Deer. I like it. I like it. Welcome to Cudgel Deer. Let's go ahead and generate our world and see what we have. Alright, so let's see what the world has generated for us. If we scroll up with our wheel mouse, welcome to the new world. Welcome to Cudgel Deer. Let's see what kind of bauxite floor. I have a nice cliff face over there, nice hilly area. We have some good flat areas here where we can set up our original base, and I like it. I like our starting location for sure. We have a nice little lake here in the middle. Probably goes underneath a little bit. Oh, there's a nice little cove. That's pretty nifty. I haven't seen that before. So, nice little waterway over here and here. But yeah, the way this game works, let's zoom back, not that close. The way this works is we start out with 7 nomads. We have Ness and Doodle and Bart and Klee, and we have a... Oh, no, I'm sorry, we start with 9? Why am I thinking we start with 7? We start with 9 wonderful gnomes, and with these, we will start to shape the world to our needs. We will be able to start industries such as lumber. We will have to worry about keeping our people fed with strawberries and meats and fruits and there are no vegetables now that I think about it. Vegetables are not a thing. I'm trying to find some fruit trees. There's some orange trees. Are there any apple trees nearby? There we go. There's a few apple trees. Here's a few more over here. But yeah, we'll have to make sure that we keep our gnomes fed and hydrated with different drinks. The least favored of which is actually water. So we will have a bunch of different responsibilities, and in the very near future, we'll have to worry about raids from goblins and mants and ogres and other vicious beasts and creatures, and we will have to defend our area against them and fight them off and train up an army. And there's so much to do and see in here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give our gnomes some new names so that we can more easily pick them out of the crowd. And so in just 1 second, we'll be right back. Alright, so we have our new members of our team. We have BK, Talon Bushati, Motion O' the Ocean, Exen, Java, Gravewalker, Trickster, Sessification, and Mooney Owl. And we will be adding more to our rosters, hopefully, soon. Generally every month or so, depending on how valuable our kingdom is, we will get more members coming into our lovely little kingdom. And we will slowly build up our population. If you would like to be part of our kingdom, though, be sure to post in the comments, put a listing of your name and what profession you would like to be, and we will do our best to try to get everyone in. Depending on how many comments we get, we may not be able to get everyone, but we will try our best. But what we need to do now is we need to get a decent area set aside to build our base. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of take this area right here. We'll take the trees away. We'll set up some farmland. We'll set up a place for our yaks to live, and we will get going. So let's go ahead, and we want to designate a pasture for our yaks. And the green will show where the pasture is. Red designates where it won't be able to be, basically because this is on another level up. So we will just go ahead and take this area right here. If we right click, we can designate this for yak, and we will let them eat any straw that they desire. And we are only going to want at most 2 males for now, and up to 4 females. We start with 1 male, 1 female, and they will eventually have some babies. So we are going to get those over there. We want to take agriculture. We want to fell trees. We're going to want to have a nice little area cleared out for everyone. So that's going to clear off our trees. We want to agriculture, we want to forage, we want to get any, did I take the wrong thing? Agriculture, forage, there we go. Get we don't really need cotton right now. It's more the fruits that we really want. So let's go ahead and we will forage from these apple trees, get as much fruit and stuff as we can. Because once winter comes, we want to have a large stockpile of food, because food doesn't grow in the winter, and we don't want to starve ourselves out. So that is going to be a thing. And finally, we want to take some terrain, and we are going to mine. Where do we want the entrance to be? I suppose if we take a look at this hill, we're going to be building into the hill, so I think if we were to make our entrance right here, it would be perfect for us. And then our miners are going to go ahead and mine in. There are many different types of stones and resources under here, different metals from which we can make tools and weapons and armors and all of that. So I am going to take a minute and carve out a little bit of this mountain, or at least designate part of it to be carved out, and I will be right back. Alright, so as I was looking around, what I think we're going to end up doing here is we're going to mine. This is going to be like the main entranceway into our complex. We will start actually building up and into this hill right here, and eventually have some, outcroppings, maybe some windows and such like that. These are, however, gnomes and not dwarves, so most of our building in the future is going to be outside, and I want to have a fairly extensive outside complex, as well as some inside, but I want to make sure that we build inside just so we have something that's at least moderately defensible with only one way in for attackers. We will eventually build up some walls here and whatnot, but we're ready, I think, to unpause it. Now, the way this game works, instead of directly giving orders like, I want this gnome to do this job, we set up the professions. Every gnome has a specific job that they do. So BK and Talon are currently builders, and these jobs are going to get moved around a little bit. We have farmers, miners, ranchers, woodcutters. Woodcutters obviously are going to be the ones cutting down the trees. The farmers are going to be the ones picking the fruits and planting farms once we get those set up. But what we do as the game player is we have the job set, and we have the jobs that we want them to do, and then the gnomes will discuss them among themselves, and they will do whatever they are best at given their jobs. So our miners are going to mine, and everything is going to be automatically distributed amongst our population. So when we unpause it here, first of all, it's going to save because it's the first time. But as we unpause it, all of our gnomes are going to start going to work. We have our woodcutters are cutting wood, our farmers are foraging, our rancher is putting our animals in the pastures, and right now there's really not too much to do except gather as much resources as we can. We have 1 month before we have to start worrying about invasions, so I want to make sure that we get as much resources available to us as possible. So you'll see that these trees are going to start getting cut down. The miners are at work busily mining through. We had dirt, and now they're mining through, it looks like, bauxite. It looks like we're going to have quite a bit of bauxite, and we've already found copper, which is incredible. I was not expecting to find copper this early. Usually it's much deeper in the ground, usually in like the negative depths. So the fact that there's copper right here, that is huge. Already, we can start getting some other professions set up. But first, before we can do anything, we need to start setting up some workshops. We have all these different types of workshops that we can build eventually, but in order to build, say, for example, a carpenter will need a workbench, a chair, and a chisel, and we don't really have those. So what we're going to have to make right now is a crude workbench, which requires a log and some stone, and we can set this up. We'll just set it right here in a temporary location, and our builder looks like BK right there is going to go get that built. He's going to take a log, he's going to take a piece of stone, and all of a sudden, once he's done, we're going to have ourselves our very first workshop. All it is a crude workbench. It has the ability to make planks out of logs, so we can turn one log into a plank. We can turn 4 planks into a chair. It takes 6 planks to make a workbench, and it takes 2 raw stone to make a chisel. So this is where we're going to start getting the basics to start working on our industry buildings, so we can start making trade goods. Eventually we'll have trade partners where we can trade our resources with each other and such like that. But for now, let me go ahead and get some more agriculture going. We're going to want to cut some clippings, and that'll basically cut the branches off of trees so that we can plant more trees with them. We're going to want some pine, and we're going to want some birch. We're going to want to come over here, and let's cut some clippings from the apple trees while we can. And we're going to want to forage some more of these fruits here. There's strawberries on the ground, and we definitely want those to get started. And let's see, there should be orange trees over here, so let's go ahead and cut clippings here. That way we have a assortment of all 4 trees. There are 4 types of trees in this game. There are several different types of metals, copper being the most common and plentiful on the surface, as we've already found. There's gems that we can find. We can find diamonds and sapphires, emeralds, rubies, all of that, which we can make jewelry and all of that good stuff. There's so much to do, and we've literally just touched the edge of, or the tip or the top of so much to do. This world has a depth of 103, I believe it is. We can go all the way down to a negative 102. There's lava down there. There's monsters of epic proportions that we have to worry about once we dig that low. And honestly, we may not even survive that long. But there's so much to do in this game, and so much that we can build, and I just love the fact that it resembles quite a bit of Minecraft in that you can build some pretty epic structures, but the whole execution of the game is just completely different. So with this episode, I just wanted to introduce you guys to the game, introduce you guys to the first gnomes. But for now, I think I'll go ahead and leave you with everyone busily at work. We want to get some planks going as soon as possible. Birch planks are fine. We can actually just say any planks. And we want to make, let's say, 10 of them for now. Because with 10, we will be able to make a chair and a workbench. So we just want to get those planks going as quickly as possible. We are also going to want to have a chisel done as well. And with that, we can start working on some more specialized buildings. And we should have... BK? What are you doing? Population. Assign BK to a builder. Let's see, builders are we're gonna add the ability to work with wood, carpentry, and stonemasonry. And I believe those will, yeah. So BK is going to go ahead and get started with that. And we might actually go ahead and get a second workbench going, just so both of them can be working on everything that needs to be built and get those up and running as quickly as possible. But with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave you. There's so much to do. We've just touched the surface, and I'm pretty excited for what we will have in the future. So thank you as always for watching, though, guys. I do appreciate it. If you have liked what little you've seen so far of this game and would like to see more, don't forget to hit that like and or subscribe button. And I will see you guys next time. But until next time, and as always, don't be a stranger. Take care.